everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters, and I have an exciting new release to share with you today. Today we're going to be looking at this 16 scale tank from Gecko Models. This is the M24 Chaffee US Light World War II tank, and it is a beauty right here. It's a kind of a small tank because in real life the vehicle was pretty small. It came out late World War II and then was used on into Korea, but this is the World War II version as it would have been seen there, and if I'm not mistaken, the vehicle's probably about that big, so it's a little bit smaller than a Panzer III, but great to see some more World War II American stuff coming out onto the market. Now, this kit just arrived in our warehouse in Phoenix, so we have them on our website, andyshhq.com. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to take it over to the workbench over there, open it up, and let you see all of the parts that are inside of this kit. Let you really just see how the whole thing goes together, look at the instructions, decals, all that kind of stuff. So, let's get started. Okay, here we are, guys. Here is the box for the Gecko M24 Light Tank Chaffee in 16 scale. A couple things I'll point out to you. It says on the box the suspension and the tracks are both workable. There is no crew member inside of it. I know they show one right here, but there is no crew member inside. And it does have photo etch as well as a turned metal gun barrel. It says movable on the box. I'm not quite sure what that means. Maybe there's a recoil in the metal barrel, but I guess we'll have to look at the instructions in a bit and see what it says about that. And then we've got some pictures on the side here of, try not to blind you with the reflection of our lights, but you can see like the grills, things like that are all done in photo etch, and parts around the 50 cal are done as well that way. Okay, so now you've seen the box, let's open it up and take a look at the parts. Okay, we'll jump right in and take a look at this bathtub style hull. Really tall too, looking at it compared to some of the other vehicles, I guess because they add this piece already onto it right there. So the Chaffee's got a pretty tall looking hull based on this, and as I said, it is a bathtub style hull, so the sides and the back are all on. We've got some detail on the bottom of the kit down here. I should also point out to you too, the kit as of right now is retailing for $139.99 to give you an idea of the price on it. And then we also have the top of the hull here, how it locks right into place just like that. It gives you an idea of the tank. You can see what I was talking about, how it is a little bit smaller than a Panzer III. Just like that. Move this off to the side. Next we have the big box of all of the road wheels and with the rubber on it. So it looks like the rubber is all separate on this, which is nice, makes it easy to paint. And then you're going to get a big bag, just like this, of all of the road wheels, molded separately like this. And then on the other side there, so you can see they just lock together right there to make the A and B side. Put that in there. And since we were talking about the tracks a second ago, about being workable, I want to first show you these. So these are the track pins that are going to come inside the kit. And you're going to get a big pile of those. Those look like those are pretty easy to cut off the sprue, and followed up by the tracks themselves. So this is the way the tracks are molded. You can see they are hollow holes inside there, so you can drive the pins in. We've got the guide horn molded on there too. So these are obviously all been slide molded. And of course you're going to get a big bag of those, and that looks like that's actually pretty easy cleanup. You just got a couple little connection points, pop those on, put the track pin in, and you've got some workable tracks there. I'm just going to grab some random parts here now. So it looks like we've got part of the fender here, as well as some of the hatches, things like that. Do like working in 16 scale. It's nice when you have these big parts right here, especially when it comes to all of like the light guards, things like that. There you go, there's the next sprue. And now we can take a look at the turret. Get in there tight so you can see the texturing done like around the cupola. Weld marks on it there. Then all the little lifting hooks and latches, things like that, are also on this sprue. And then of course here is the bottom of the turret. Just like that. There we go. Okay, so next up, these are part of the workable suspension. You can see here's the suspension arms right here. And you will get, let's see, 4 sprues of this here. So as I show you that, keep that in mind. It also has some of the grab handles, some of the toe stuff. I'm assuming this is where like the torsion bars on the real vehicle would go inside of this. So I guess if you look down inside, you'd be able to see part of this when you build it. So that is included as well. And also coming up on this, we have some tarps rolled up, bed rolls or something like that on there, but some stowage basically that they've given you. So those two are also included inside the kit. Okay, so more of the suspension parts here. Looks like we got the return rollers up on top here, and I'm assuming this is part of the torsion bar that'll slide in there. And you see some of the little stops, things like that. Now, so this sprue right here, you're going to get actually quite a few of these. So you've got, let's see, 5 in this bag and 5 in this bag. So quite a few of those parts inside there. Put those over to the side. Pull this out. Now we have parts of the like the engine deck. We got a 30 cal coaxial gun there with the hollowed out barrel. You can see they put texturing on some of these parts right here with the ID stamps from the foundry. There we go. So there is the next sprue. Got more of the turret parts now. Now they do give you a plastic gun, but remember there is a metal barrel in here as well. But most companies will give you a backup, I guess, in case you lost it or something. So here is the mantlet of the gun. You'll be able to see the cast marks in there. Got a stowage bin right behind it. And then we're going to go down the line. All of this has been slide molded too. So you've got another 30 cal, 75 millimeter barrel, and some of the hatches. Here's your little searchlight for on top. Yeah, very cool. So move this off to the side, and now we've got our actual fenders here. And a whole bunch of other accessory pieces down the middle here. There we go. And I'll just point out too, there is a lot of plastic parts in there, so some nice detail. And this is your 50 cal, once again slide molded. And you can see you got the 2 different barrels here and here, and some of the 50 cal shells. And a little tripod for it there as well. Okay, here we've got part of the lower part of the vehicle. Here's where the drive sprocket comes out of. Then this sprue here, you get 2 of, so this is obviously the idler in the back. Yep, that is amazing. That is really cool that this has been molded as one piece. So some kind of slide molding to do that. Usually you'd have to, stack that up, or you get one, you got to fix it right here in the middle, but that is all done as one piece on both of those. That is actually very cool on that. Okay, as you saw too, you get 2 of this sprue, which would make sense because you need it for that. And pull this off to the side. And you're going to get a bunch of 50 cal boxes with, you can leave them open too, that show the 50 cal rounds. I think there are 3. Then this is a bag of 30 cal ammunition case boxes. Some more random parts in here. So here we've got part of the drive sprocket and a little case. So, and then we get some pioneering tools: shovel, axe, pick, sledgehammer, things like that. And here is that 75 millimeter turned aluminum barrel. Interesting muzzle brake. Muzzle on that thing, the way it flares like that. So you get that. And so looking at this here, you get a bunch of little springs, obviously, for the suspension. And there's one big one right here. So this must line up for the gun barrel. So there must be some type of recoil that you can push in and out on that. But we'll, like I said, we'll look in the instructions to verify, but that's got to be with that, since there's just one spring there. Okay, a couple more pieces of sprue here. These are the dust covers for the side next to the fenders. A lot of times they just leave those off, but you do have the ability to put them on if you desire that, just like that. And then we've got a radio for inside the vehicle. Just like there. We've got a couple of other parts. This is a flare gun. It plugs through the top of the tank. Got some other little parts here as well. And one other one, which I didn't notice the first time there, but is a milk can. So that's kind of cool. You put that in there, and all slide molded. Nice little accessory to add onto the back of your vehicle. And I apologize, there is one more sprue of plastic before we look at all the other stuff, and that is the clear parts here for the periscopes and some of the vision ports, and of course the headlights there. So there we go. So now that we've seen all of the plastic, the only thing we have left is the instructions and the decals. The instructions I'll open up and show you, but these I can pull out right now. Oh, the photo etch too. And let's pull these out here. So here are our big sheet of, I shouldn't say big, medium-sized sheet of decals. So you get the late war stars and some markings for it there. Then also you're going to get some copper cable for the tow hook, or the tow cable. Boy, that was tough for me to say, I guess. And all of the grills that we showed you earlier are done up in photo etch. And this is the little cradle that holds the 50 cal box. That's also done up in photo etch. Okay, so now you've seen all of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up right now, move all this stuff out of the side so you can see the actual instructions and see how the whole kit goes together. Okay, we've got that all set up now so you can see the instructions, a little history in multiple languages, a breakdown of all of the parts, which we just showed you, and now in color part of the instructions are. So that was nice. All the new parts get a color code on it. So what I'll do now is just be quiet for a minute, let you guys watch how the whole thing goes together based on the instructions. Oh, I was right. Okay, those are for the torsion bars down there. Here's how the photo etch goes on into the fenders. Got some spare track. And so here is the radio and all those other little accessories that'll go on the inside of the turret. And yeah, there's the spring, that big spring that I was telling you earlier. So the gun does have a recoil to it if you wanted to. And coming to the end now, so there's the turret attachment. And finally, we have the call outs for the colors on this. Obviously, it's an American World War II tank, so we're going to be in all olive drab here, you see, but a couple of different markings for March of 45, and also another one for March of 45. So there you go, guys. There is a look at how the M24 Chaffee goes together based on the instructions. Well, there you go, guys. There is a look at Gecko Model's brand new 1/16 scale M24 Chaffee US light tank World War II version there. As I said earlier in the video, they are available on our website right now, andyshhq.com. They just arrived, and if you're interested in getting one, you can go on there and we'll get it right out to you. So guys, I want to take this opportunity to thank you as always for watching, and please stay tuned because I have many more videos coming. And if you're in the Phoenix area, make sure you come and visit the brand new Andy's Hobby Headquarters Superstore. We're full up with aisles and aisles of new and exciting products, a fully stocked tool section, and racks of paints from the most popular brands. In addition to our huge selection of armor, aircraft, ships, and car models, we also have an expanded area of anime, Gundam, science fiction as well. One of the coolest parts of our new location is the Model Museum, where we have hundreds of kits on display going all the way back to the 1930s. We have a huge modeling area as well, where you can come on down and build with your fellow modelers, or we'll also be holding club meetings and special modeling classes. So come on down to the Andy's Hobby Headquarters Superstore in TOLLESON, Arizona. We're easily accessible off the I-10 freeway at 2150 South 91st Avenue, Suite 105. Keep an eye out for the Andy's Hobby Headquarters signs on the outside of the building.